So, guys, Liverpool 2, Manchester United 2. This is your full-time reaction from Anfield on match day 20 of the 24-25 Premier League season, where it's finished Liverpool 2, Manchester United 2. Ahmad rescues us a point at Anfield today on this Sunday evening. And I think, realistically, I am very, very happy with a point. I would have taken a point at the start of the day. I think, realistically, Manchester United getting any kind of result was quite an impossible mission at the start of Sunday's Premier League away game at Anfield. I think Manchester United, to be fair, I think coming at full time, I think we should be pleased with the point we've gathered. I think we should be pleased with our performance. I think we should be pleased with our result that we've achieved today. I think realistically, that was all we were possibly going to get from today's game. I thought both teams were massively, massively open in terms of an attacking sense. I thought Manchester United really went for Liverpool today, and I was quite surprised by Manchester United's demeanour. I think Manchester United were very, very responsive after the last few games. I think Manchester United really, really went for Liverpool, which was a really, really big surprise to me, especially where our last few games, Manchester United have really, really struggled to pick up any results. And the goals we've conceded are still happening, but I think we've got to be pleased with a point. I don't think you can blame much on Manchester United today. I think a point is better than nothing. Obviously, I would have loved the 3 points. Obviously, I would have loved the win at Anfield today, but I think both teams would have settled for a point at the start of today. I think, obviously, it's a big opportunity missed for Arne Slot's Liverpool. I think, they're still in a good position to win the league title. I think Liverpool are still massively the favourites to win the league. I don't think you can blame Liverpool much today for their second half performance. I think mostly they were a lot better than what they were in terms of the first half, even though they did have some golden opportunities to get into the lead before half time. I think it was a missed opportunity for Liverpool to increase the gap on their rivals. Obviously, they are still currently 6 points clear after today's result for Liverpool. Obviously, I think, in my view, they'll still go on and win the league. I think they're still in pole position as it currently stands. And obviously, I think from a Manchester United point of view, it ends the losing run. It ends the run of defeats for Ruben Amorim. And I think we've got to be pleased how we performed in that second half, where I didn't really see how we were going to get a win today. I didn't see how we were going to score. I really, really struggled to see how Manchester United were going to come away with anything, both based on both the first half and the second half performances. But I think Manchester United have got to be pleased the way they performed in that second half. I don't know where that came from. I don't know why we were that impressive inside the second half, because I thought the first half was very, very dull from both sides. I think both sides realistically did have golden opportunities to get in the lead just before the halftime whistle at Anfield today. And I think maybe the second half, there was a big, big opportunity for both teams to go and win that game. And I think, in my view, United do deserve a point. I mean, I would have taken a point at the start of today. I think a point is better than nothing. Obviously, it's still not a great result in terms of points-wise. It's not exactly put us in a good position, but I think a point is better than nothing after the second half. I would have taken a point at the start of today. And I think a lot of these players did really, really step up in the second half. I don't know where this performance has come from. I don't know where this performance has been. It was very, very shocking to see Manchester United go at Liverpool the way they did today, because I did not see that performance in the second half based on the first half performance, because we did have our own opportunities to take the lead before half time. And again, it is about our finishing. It's about being clinical. Manchester United did have opportunities to get in the lead, and we didn't take them. And I think the opportunity we did have through Rasmus Højlund, where he was in one-on-one with Alisson, I was really, really disappointed by the chance he created. I was disappointed by his finish because the shot was straight at Alisson. That realistically should have gone in. I was very, very disappointed that we didn't get the lead in that moment, because that would have been huge just before half-time. And I think that would have put us good towards a positive 3 points in the second half if we would have managed to have grabbed that half-time lead, which we didn't. And again, it's very, very frustrating because we don't have that clinical striker. We are desperately, desperately crying out for one. I think you can tell based on today's result that Manchester United need a goal scorer. Manchester United need a finisher, and we need someone who can put the ball in the back of the net. And obviously, Rasmus Højlund had that huge opportunity, and obviously, I'm disappointed. I'm gutted for him because there is a player in there. I do believe there is a player in there in Rasmus to be able to deliver goals for Manchester United. He's just not at the level that I think Manchester United and Ruben Amorim require. I think the realistic chances of Rasmus and ZIRKZEE both being here at the end of the season or at the start of next season are dwindling by the minute, because neither of them are clinical in front of goal. Neither of them can put the ball in the back of the net. And the opportunity Rasmus had, if that would have gone in just before half-time, it would have changed the pattern of the game. It would have changed the way the result would have gone, in my view. I think getting that lead at half-time would have been important for Manchester United to build upon inside the second half. And I think when you have a golden opportunity like that and you don't take it, it's obviously frustrating. It's obviously annoying. It's disappointing that we don't take our chances when we're through on goal. Obviously, it is straight at Alisson, and I think that was the problem with the effort that Rasmus Højlund had in the first place, because the shot was straight at Alisson. And for me, with a one-on-one chance, you've got to try and at least bury that at the front post or at the back post, and you've got to try and aim for the better side of the goal for you to put that ball in. And obviously, with Rasmus on low form, on a lack of confidence and a lack of clinically finishing off chances that he gets, and an opportunity like that, it's always going to end up the way you don't want it. And Emmanuel said, for me, it's about the next game. I don't trust these players. Yeah, I would agree based on that comment and that view. I would agree that we have still got to learn to trust these players again, because a lack of it is down to us being a bit more clinical in front of goal. I think if Rasmus would have scored and he would have got United the lead, the game would have ended a lot differently. And obviously, when you hit the shot straight down Alisson's throat, Alisson is going to save that. It's a one-on-one finish that Rasmus had many, many opportunities to bury that finish in a different way. He could have chipped the goalkeeper, he could have gone round the goalkeeper, or he could have aimed it for the front post, or he could have aimed for the back post to put that ball into the back of Liverpool's net. That would have been a good point for Man United to get in the lead of the game and build on that halftime lead, because I think both sides didn't really want to go for that in the first half. I felt both sides were quite lethargic. I felt, in terms of a Liverpool way, they felt too scared to attack United today. I felt Liverpool were very, very lethargic. I thought Liverpool didn't really have that attacking threat on show today than what they've had in many, many of their previous results under Arne Slot this season. Liverpool are very, very clinical in terms of first half and second half performances. I didn't get that vibe off Liverpool today. Obviously, it's a missed opportunity for them. It is drop points, but from a Liverpool point of view, they are still 6 points clear at the top of the table. They are still clear of their rivals. They are still going to have 2 games in hand in their next few results. So Liverpool's momentum is growing bigger and bigger by the day, because they're clear of everybody else. I don't think, in my view, anyone's going to catch Liverpool. Obviously, a lot of people, including myself, was building up for a Liverpool hammering. I really expected Liverpool to take Manchester United to the cleaners today. I didn't see United getting any kind of result at Anfield. I thought it was an impossible job. It was an impossible mission. I just didn't see Manchester United winning that game today. And to come out of a point, I am pleased with the point. I am pleased with the second half performance, and I'm pleased with the better mentality inside the second half as well, because that mentality was missing a lot inside that first half, where both sides, had their opportunities. Both sides didn't really want to attack each other in terms of a greater and bigger attacking sense. And I think from a Liverpool view, I think they've got to be very lucky that they didn't let United go 1-0 up, because the defending from Trent, from Van Dijk, from Konate, and from Robertson, all 4 of them would have been responsible for the first United goal, because all 4 of them have kept Rasmus Højlund on side in a very good position. All 4 of them have played him on side. And I think if that would have gone in and Rasmus would have scored, that would have built United's momentum bigger and better. It would have got us a better result today. I'm not angry. I won't say I'm frustrated. I'm just a bit disappointed that we didn't win the game. Well, there was a huge opportunity to win this game today, especially against Liverpool, who are running away with the league title. They're running away with the Champions League. They are in the Carabao Cup semi-finals, and they have got a very, very good, easy third-round tie in the FA Cup against Accrington Stanley next weekend. So there was a huge opportunity to dent Liverpool's momentum. There was a huge opportunity to start knocking Liverpool back on their perch, in my view. There was an opportunity to end Liverpool's winning ways, because Liverpool have been very, very strong this season. And obviously, in terms of Liverpool's sake, it's going to look very, very disappointing. It's going to be very, very frustrating for them that they didn't win that game, because they had a winning position that they got themselves into, and they looked a lot more comfortable, a lot more of an attacking threat was there from Liverpool once they gained that lead. And when they gained that momentum, they were fully in control when they went 2-1 up, in my view. I felt, in my opinion, when they got that second goal, the momentum shifted. The pattern of the game went more towards Liverpool's way of a result for them. And Manchester United really struggled to adapt to going 2-1 behind, because we kept them out so well in that first half. I mean, I've not seen Manchester United keep out anyone, especially of the quality of what Liverpool possess. They've got so many great players, but I didn't expect Manchester United to be able to have kept Liverpool out in the way they did today. I wasn't expecting that. I don't think Rasmus scoring guarantees us the win. No way. Exactly. He doesn't guarantee us the goals. He doesn't guarantee us the result. He doesn't guarantee us the win. I think if he would have took that opportunity and he would have scored, the relief, the confidence and the morale would have been boosted inside him, because he knows he's ended his goal scoring streak of not finding the net. And unfortunately today, that hasn't happened for Rasmus. And I am gutted for him. I'm disappointed, but I wouldn't say I'm surprised. I wouldn't say I'm surprised by this momentum of our strikers. Neither ZIRKZEE or HOJLUND are anywhere near good enough to play for this football club. I'm not saying they haven't got the level that they can be to reach it, but realistically, the way it's looking, the way things are at Manchester United on and off the pitch, you've got to be honest, you've got to be brutal, and you've got to be tough in this industry. Football is always a tough industry to get involved in or to be in. And I think realistically, the chances of HOJLUND and ZIRKZEE's United career succeeding is going to fall very, very flat on their face. But I think, coming away with a point, it ends our run of defeats. It ends the run of bad results. Obviously, there is still a lot to improve on. And I think, in my view, this could change everything. Like, it might start knocking Liverpool back. It might dent their momentum they had, what they were gathering. I think Liverpool today, there was an opportunity to really, really rub salt into the wounds of Manchester United, especially from our last few games. There is a big opportunity missed for them, and I think they are going to be a lot more disappointed in them than what we're disappointed in us, because we should have won the game. We should have got that result, and I'm disappointed we didn't win. There was an opportunity, we didn't take it. Obviously, it is a frustrating one that we didn't come away with what we wanted, but you've got to be pleased with the second half. And obviously, there was a lot of ups, there was a lot of downs, especially with the way of our defending for both the two Liverpool goals. I think our two goals are taken very, very comfortably, very, very well, and are both two consistent shots on goal in today's performance inside the second half. I think Harry Maguire's chances the only chance that will have made us win. Yeah, you're right there. HOJLUND will be a backup next season. Brandito is in the chat. Massive shout out to him. But yeah, like, both the Liverpool goals are very, very disappointing that we conceded today. And again, I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised by the lack of defending from Manchester United's back three involving both of the Liverpool goals. It is very, very frustrating when it's the same old players making the same old mistakes. The defending for both goals is really, quite frankly, pathetic. At a level like that, you should be defending a lot better than that to defend both Liverpool goals, because both goals, for me, are savable. Both chances Liverpool had, they took. Both goals they had should have been saved. And Manchester United defending has got to come in question. for those 2 goals that we concede. The defending is remarkably shit. I'm not surprised by the defending. Our back three has never been good enough. We've never put in a solid defensive performance, except from the first half today, realistically. I thought our defending was a lot worse in the second half. I thought our defending was abysmal for both Liverpool goals. Like, let's talk about the first one. Like, let's talk about the first Liverpool goal. Like, we were meant to be solving our back three. We were meant to be solving our back four this season. We were meant to be making that back four a lot more secure. We were meant to be having better players in that position to improve what we didn't have last season. We've brought DALOT in. We've brought YORO in. And you would have thought both of them would have made a massive, massive difference to Manchester United defensively this season. You would have thought that. You would have thought DALOT and YORO's quality would have brought Manchester United a bit more stability, a bit more control, a bit more of a defensive awareness from our defending point of view. And I honestly thought we would have turned a corner. Our back four, probably, in my view, has to be the worst back four this club's ever had. I'm not naming and shaming players, but one surprise today that really stood out was Matthijs de Ligt. Obviously, I still think a world-class centre-back's in there. I still think a centre-back of his quality, he's still got a lot to improve on. But maybe now, bringing de Ligt in, and again, I still think there is time for him to improve. But the 2 mistakes today for both Liverpool goals is quite frankly shocking. At someone of his level, as someone of his caliber, you would have expected a lot more defensive awareness from him to defend both those 2 Liverpool goals. Because the first goal, when you've got a quality player like Cody Gakpo, who for me was another missed opportunity for Manchester United to get him when we wanted to sign him, and we only offered a loan deal with an obligation to buy. Liverpool swooped in and got him like that. And we know the quality. We know what he can do for Liverpool. We know he always guarantees Liverpool goals in their side, their front three. The way he is allowed to cut inside de Ligt, and de Ligt is sat on his ass because Cody Gakpo has absolutely sat him down. Defending from that like that from de Ligt is quite amateurish. Like, I would have expected for de Ligt to be able to stand on his own 2 feet. And he's allowed Cody Gakpo to cut inside him so easily. And it really, really frustrates me because he gets sat on his ass. And then, unfortunately, the response from that is non-existent for the first Liverpool goal. You would have thought, I've just been cut inside. I need to get back on my feet really quickly before Cody Gakpo unleashes a shot on goal. And unfortunately, it's a little too late for Manchester United to respond to that because de Ligt has been sat on his ass and rightfully deserved to be. No one responds to the run that Cody Gakpo then makes on goal and then the shot that's unleashed. I'm not surprised by it. You've got Maguire in there. You've got Martinez in there. De Ligt's non-existent because he's sat on the floor like he's on a school assembly floor. You've only got Maguire and Martinez to defend the rest of that situation. And I was quite surprised that no one's there. Knowing de Ligt has been sat on his ass, you would have thought we need to respond before Gakpo unleashes a shot. You've got a load of options here. You can either block the shot, try and win the ball back, put a tackle in but don't concede a penalty, or try and get the ball off him. And unfortunately, no one really has responded, in my view, to closing Gakpo down. You would have thought the rest of the United players around de Ligt would have realised he's been sat down here. He's been cut inside so easily. We need to respond to that defensive mistake because you shouldn't be getting sat down like that. You should be able to stand up correctly in the correct position to defend that situation. And when Gakpo sits de Ligt down, you would have thought the rest of the players would have responded to that moment of an attacking threat that was going to be unleashed. And not one of them responds. Not one of those players responds to the Gakpo shot. No one puts a tackle in. No one puts a block in. No one puts a challenge in. Not one player responds to Gakpo. And it really, really frustrates me because that goal and that attempt on our goal could have been defended a lot better in that moment. That shot from Gakpo wouldn't have happened if Manchester United would have defended that situation a hell of a lot better. And unfortunately, it's a little too late for Manchester United to do that because the shot that's been unleashed is too powerful. It's been struck really well. And because Gakpo has got a good angle to aim the ball at on goal, he knows exactly where the net is. And he always guarantees your goal. And Gakpo gets Liverpool back to 1-1. And that momentum shifted. That momentum absolutely shifted. And I'm disappointed by the defender in that moment because we did have players in our penalty area to stop that attack. And none of them did it. And that's what frustrates me. You can't, exactly. And Mike says, take the positive. We just took a point at Liverpool and you hear it instead of taking the positive, but it's all negative. No wonder the channel can't grow. This channel's on 1,668 subs. This channel has grown from 3 from 2019. We've been doing this for 6 years and we're at the subs that we are now. I'm just trying to pinpoint where Manchester United, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just trying to pinpoint how Manchester United can improve in a better defensive sense instead of making the same old mistakes. I'm happy we've got a point. I'm not frustrated. I'm not angry. I'm just a bit disappointed because Liverpool were there for the taking. We could have won. We could have got the result and we could have got the 3 points. And I respect your view. I respect your opinion. And I obviously welcome everybody to this channel. And Mike's got a point. I'm not trying to be negative, though. I'm just trying to make Manchester United a bit more defensively solid instead of going in making the same mistakes. Because that first goal is defendable. You can't, defend like that. You can't be cut inside. Like, if you put a school team out full of 5 to 6 year olds, that situation gets defended better. At least they wouldn't get sat down. DeLicht gets sat on his ass, making him look like a League Two player. And a League Two player can defend a lot better than that. DeLicht knows he has to take responsibility for the first goal. And he's also, in my view, unfortunately, I'm not going in on DeLicht, but for me, he had a really poor game. He had a really, really poor game. And that, for me, was in turn for the second goal. You've got to question DeLicht's mental state. You've got to question his state of mind. And you've got to question what's he doing, putting his arm out, knowing a cross is going into our penalty area. You've got to be educated on football. If you put your hand out and you put your arm out like this and it hits your arm, it's clearly going to be giving us a penalty. It's going to be giving us a penalty. You can't be putting your arms out like this because the Liverpool players are going to respond to that moment of they've seen the arms are out. They've seen as an opportunity to try and aim the ball at De Ligt's arm and get themselves a penalty. Do you remember 2 seasons ago, Varane also got cut inside like that? Yeah, I do. And I was critical then of Varane because of a world-class centre-back like him should have done better in that situation. I agree with you. Absolutely agree. Mike is right. Massive shout out to Mike in the chat. I do agree with you. Massively agree. But De Ligt is at fault for both goals. You can't be leaving your arm out like this. Because if you've got your arm out like this in your own penalty area, you know the Liverpool players are going to see that. You know they're going to be able to put in a dangerous cross to aim at the arm. They're going to see that arm and they're going to see an opportunity to aim the ball at it. And De Ligt should have his arms down by his side. I don't know why De Ligt in the first place has got his arms out like this. I think De Ligt really should have his arms down by his side because if he's got his arms out like this, I mean, I don't know what he's trying to do. Is he trying to wave in for Concord to, get it come into land? Like, you can't be putting your arms out like this. You're going to give a penalty away. And it did take a while. Like, VAR did take a long time to respond to that handball. And in my view, I thought it hit here and then it ended up there. When I first looked at the replay, I thought the ball ended up on this side of his chest where his heart is, and it hit the arm there. It came from off here into here. So that was my angle of the replay. For me, De Ligt was in motion and the ball came off his chest. Exactly. And you are right. His ball came off the chest onto his arm. So in my view, really, that shouldn't have been a penalty. Because did we not do that same mistake? Was it against Real Betis or Sevilla in the Europa League under Ten Hag in season 1 under Ten Hag that we went out to Sevilla and Martinez gave away a penalty and the ball came off his chest onto his arm. So really today, that's not a penalty. A penalty is where the ball clearly hits the arm, but DALOT should have really his hands down by his side. So DALOT is quite unfortunate and quite unlucky to concede that penalty. He should know better in that state that if you leave your arms out like that to be hit, you are going to give a penalty away. But again, Mike is right. The ball hits his chest and it goes onto his arm. So I think Liverpool in that moment were very, very lucky to get the penalty in the first place. For me, it's not a penalty. If the ball has come off his chest and it's hit his arm after, for me, that's not a penalty. That, for me, is just a moment that can't really be corrected quickly from a defensive centre-back of DALOT's quality. But he has got his arms out quite wide open to hit. That was the only thing I would come back on that about DALOT. He should be knowing better in that situation to leave his arms out in that a lot of space for Liverpool to aim at. And again, when you think when Liverpool get that penalty, you obviously know who's going to take it. Mo Salah restores Liverpool's lead. They go 2-1 up. They're very, very fortunate that they've got that penalty. They're very, very fortunate that that has gone in. Onana nearly saved it. To be fair, Onana nearly saved it. Again, that was quite frustrating because I thought he got his hands to it and I thought he saved it. And I think in the end, if he would have saved that, that probably would have rescued us. And we might have gone on to have won the game 2-1 right at the end. And I think if he would have saved that penalty, it would have taken Man United's confidence up to the next level because we can then build on that moment of glory for us to be able to stop Mo Salah restoring Liverpool's lead. That was the frustrating part, that we got ourselves into 1-0 lead, and to throw that away so quickly was really disappointing because in the moment we took the lead, it was who played the through ball to Lisandro Martinez? Was it Bruno or was it Dalot? I can't remember who played that through ball into Lisandro Martinez, but the finish and the quality of the shot from Martinez, I don't think Alisson really anticipated that Martinez, it was Bruno, right? The ball from Bruno is pure brilliance. Like the through ball from Bruno, again, we really missed him on Monday. We really missed Bruno against Newcastle. That was easy to the naked eye that we really missed Bruno Fernandes on Monday night's game at Old Trafford. And I think today the midfield was a lot better when we had Bruno and UGARTE in that midfield today. It was a hell of a lot better than having been stuck with Casemiro and Eriksen. You know, the way Martinez shot, that is the way HOJLUND was supposed to shoot as well. Yeah, you are right. You are right. I mean, the finish from Martinez is top jaw. It is top quality finish. And I don't think Alisson really anticipated Lisandro Martinez hitting that shot. I don't think he anticipated the power. I don't think he anticipated the finesse. I don't think Alisson's position in goal was that great because I think Martinez has seen a big gap that Alisson has left at the back of his left-hand post on my left. There's a big space left at the back of the net on Alisson's left-hand post. Look at the space Alisson's left there. And I think Martinez has anticipated that momentum, that there's a lot of space there. Alisson's drifted towards more of the front post at the right of his goal, and he's left all that space and option for me to shoot on the right. It is a great finish. It is a fantastic goal. You've got to applaud the finish. You've got to applaud the technique, and you've got to applaud that for happening because I didn't see how we were getting the lead. And I think if anyone had Lisandro Martinez at first goal scorer today, you'd probably won a bit of money because I did not expect one of our defenders to pop up inside in the Liverpool penalty area and finish that off the way he did. It is a great goal. It is a great finish. And you did have Konate in there. You did have Van Dijk in there. You would have thought one of those two would have also anticipated that Martinez was going to shoot. And you would have thought from Van Dijk and Konate point of view that they would have anticipated Martinez having that shot and they would have been able to put a block or attack on it. And the problem is no one's around him clinically anywhere near his body enough to be able to stop that from going in. And Alisson can't have no complaints. Alisson cannot complain about that. But it is very, very poor goalkeeping. It is very, very poor goalkeeping for allow a shot of the angle that Martinez had to aim at that has gone in. But that is down to Alisson leaving that space in his own net for basically Martinez to aim at. It is very poor goalkeeping, but you would have expected of Konate and Van Dijk's quality, you would have expected both of them to be able to anticipate that there's a shot coming in here. We need to put a block in, or at least put in a tackle to block this shot from going in. And it is a great goal. It is a great finish. And from that moment, when we went 1-0 up, I was jumping for joy. I was absolutely going wild because I thought, where has this come from? How have we been able to get the lead at Anfield? I didn't expect that lead to be in our favour. Like, no one really expected United to get anything. I think everyone has to hold their hands up. No one thought we would get that lead. No one thought we would get that result today. I think we've proved a lot of people wrong that if we play like that, we can get results. We can get points. We can get the wins we need. And that today could be a huge turning point for Ruben Amorim because there was a lot of positives from those players today. A few of them a lot more outstanding than others, but a lot of them really, really, in my view, in the second half, really stepped up because they saw that opportunity that Liverpool weren't seeing. And Liverpool didn't really go for that, an attacking sense of purpose to go and win that game. It's a big miss for Liverpool. It is a massive, massive miss for Liverpool, this. It's good. They are going to absolutely moan and complain that they should have won that game. But it's Liverpool's mistakes that have cost them chances of winning that game. Because, again, you've got to be thankful that Ruben Amorim made the subs for me at the right time of the game. Because when Liverpool took the lead, I thought we're going to fold. We're going to collapse. It's going to absolutely turn Liverpool's way. They'll find a third, they'll find a fourth, they'll find a fifth. Man United will get torn apart again. I think Ruben Amorim's subs were absolutely justified today to get United a point. I think the subs were made at the right place at the right time at Anfield today. I think bringing on Garnacho, I think clearly today there's been a big statement that certain players are still not good enough. I think Ruben Amorim has realised that himself. And I think today it's a big, big question of when certain players in that team, we struggle to attack, we struggle to defend, and midfield battle gets lost. I think today we saw an opportunity where Trent was very, very vulnerable. I don't think Trent's mind is on Liverpool anymore. I think Trent has got his mind made up that he wants to go to Real Madrid. Obviously, that shits on Liverpool and their fans and their supporters for turning his back. Obviously, he wants all this money to sign a new contract. Real Madrid come into him, offer him bigger money, offer him a better wage. And obviously, his head's been turned by Real Madrid's interest. I think bringing Garnacho on at that time of the game really, really made Trent shit the bed. I think Trent really, really shat himself when Garnacho came on. I think that was a positive bringing Garnacho on at that moment for MAINOO because MAINOO, obviously I thought MAINOO had a good game today. I think MAINOO, UGARTE and Fernandes, I think were for me, that is the best three midfield performances I have seen in a very, very long time. Obviously, I'm very critical on players. I am very momentum-wise of how I want United to improve. I think today, Man United's midfield went up another level that I didn't expect. And I think probably where that was a positive for us, you could see Liverpool missing Szoboszlai. Like, that for me was the big, big problem for Liverpool today. They went with Jones, Gravenberch, and McAllister. Obviously, we know the potential and the quality Gravenberch has, and we know the quality that McAllister has as well. But when they don't have a quality player like Szoboszlai that can absolutely run through their midfield, from their midfield to the attack, and he plays the ball forward a lot more quicker, I think Liverpool today really, really struggled about him. I think Liverpool didn't really have that creative spice in their midfield to be able to create a lot more of an attacking opportunities for their front three to be able to create a lot more chances for Liverpool going forward in an attacking sense today, because we know the quality of Szoboszlai, we know what he can do for Liverpool, and I think Liverpool not having him available really cost Liverpool in terms of not just going forward. That was that magician that can make something happen at the most unexpected time of the game. And I don't think, I don't really rate Curtis Jones. Like, I think Liverpool need better than that. I don't think Curtis Jones improves Liverpool. I think he makes Liverpool a lot worse than what's needed. And obviously, Endo as well doesn't see a looking in at Liverpool now, because obviously Arne Slot does not rate him. And you can see why he doesn't rate him. I think Endo hasn't really worked at Liverpool the way Slot has managed his game time. And I think probably Liverpool will look to move him on. But I think without Szoboszlai, that midfield for Liverpool did not look comfortable today. I don't think Curtis Jones really did much of an centre attacking midfield option for Liverpool, going a lot more forward from their midfield to support the attack front three of Salah, Gakpo and Diaz. I don't think that really helped anyone today from a Liverpool attacking sense, that without Szoboszlai, you're basically relying on Curtis Jones. And I think, in my view, Liverpool need better than Curtis Jones to support that. I should be online, but I'm not sure because I am waiting for a phone call at 9 o'clock. So I don't know if I'll be online as quick as possible, but I will try and get online today. But I am waiting for a phone call. Hope everyone's good. Yeah, Liverpool missed Szoboszlai today. I think that was a big problem for Liverpool going forward. That Szoboszlai is a massive miss for Liverpool going forward at all. I think without him, for me, Szoboszlai reminds me of when we had Juan Mata at Manchester United. Mata was always that bit of a magician that could always pick out a pass, who could always pick out a through ball when anyone else least expected that. And Szoboszlai does that a lot for Liverpool. He is their magician in their midfield three. And I think when you've got him unavailable, Liverpool look quite lethargic and they look lethargic. They don't look like they're going to create much from midfield to support the front three a lot. And I thought, for me, that prevented Liverpool a lot today from creating attacking chances for themselves to win that game. And I think, when we brought Garnacho on, it really, the momentum swung, in my view. The momentum went towards a Manchester United point in the end. And I think we do deserve it, because I think when they took Trent off, obviously Trent has been a liability for Liverpool this season. His mind is clearly on the Real Madrid move, which is going to happen in terms of what everybody is saying on social. I think when Garnacho went past Trent like he's not even there, obviously you're wondering where the Garnacho cross is going to go inside the Liverpool penalty area. And thankfully, Ahmad rescues United a point. How many times have we said this season that Ahmad is constantly improving game by game? He's able to deliver big goals in big moments of big games. That is going to be a huge point today at Anfield for Manchester United. That could change the picture now, because it was looking unlikely at the start of today that we're going to get anything. But when Ahmad pops up at the right place at the right time, that is how clinical Ahmad can be. That's how great of a finisher he is, and that is the quality that Ahmad delivers Manchester United on that right wing. Clearly, Ahmad has been missing because he was neglected by Ten Hag, but now Ruben Amorim is taking him under his wing, and look how good Ahmad's got. It clearly shows that Ten Hag was massively naive managing Ahmad. He didn't see the quality, he didn't see the potential. He was stuck with using his favourites in Rashford, Garnacho, and he was stuck with Antony. He didn't really want to use Ahmad. We could have lost Ahmad for free. Thank God he's signing a new contract, because the goal and the composure for him, you've got two things. You either rush the shot and you panic and you slam it over the bar, or you hit it. You see that momentum. You see the free ball from Garnacho. You see that low cross inside your own penalty area, and you go for it. Ahmad doesn't panic. Ahmad doesn't rush. Ahmad knows where the goal is. It is a great finish. And he hits the shot so lightly. And I thought to myself, this is going to end up rolling towards the goal and it doesn't go in. Or Alisson's going to see that the momentum and the speed and the power is not on that ball fit to be able to be hit into my net. Thank God for Ahmad had enough power, finesse and technique to hit that shot into the bottom left-hand post of Alisson's goal. Again, it is very poor defending from Liverpool defensively. because Andy Robertson hasn't seen that Ahmad has got into all that free space inside his own penalty area. He's left Ahmad completely unmarked with a free chance on goal, and he's not being able to respond to Ahmad as quickly as he thought he could, because Ahmad has already built up that momentum, the confidence and the belief that he can deliver United an equaliser and get them a point. And I think Ahmad, thank God he found the net, because we would have lost this game. And I think the match reaction in the full time from me would have been a lot more different than what I thought it was going to be today. And you've got to thank Ahmad for finding that finish at the right place at the right time to put it past Alisson. But Robertson's defending's poor. You would have thought Robertson would have been able to put a block on that Ahmad shot, or at least put a tackle in, or at least win the ball back. Because Robertson's not seen the anticipation from Ahmad's run, he's not been able to react as quickly as possible to block Ahmad's shot from going into the back of his net. And it's also very, very poor goalkeeping from Alisson. I expect, from a rival point of view, Alisson's one of the top goalkeepers in the world. Alisson has always been Mr. Consistent for Liverpool in terms of in the sticks of the net. He is their Mr. Consistent goalkeeper that they've had for a very, very long time. And obviously, I think both the goals he's conceded today are very, very amateurish. Like, for me, he should have saved that Ahmad shot. That really shouldn't have gone in, because it didn't look like there was enough power or enough speed off the ball to roll it into the net. But I think Ahmad's hit it well. I think Ahmad has been able to hit it just at the right place at the right time before I've got Trent on the mind, before Robertson intervenes, just before Ahmad unleashed a shot. Because I think if Ahmad would have delayed it, and I think if Ahmad would have unleashed a shot straight away and he would have taken a touch, that momentum would have gone. That moment of glory would have gone as well. We wouldn't have found that equaliser. And I think Ahmad does the right thing at the right time by knowing that Robertson has left Ahmad all that space to attack Liverpool's net. And thank God he unleashed a shot and he got it on target and it goes into the back of Alisson's net. It is poor goalkeeping. It is very, very poor defending from Liverpool defensively, because Konate doesn't respond to the Garnacho cross, nor does Van Dijk, nor does Robertson. And for Conor Bradley, I know Liverpool rate this kid, and I know Liverpool see a lot of potential and a future in Conor Bradley. But if you lose Trent for free and you go with Conor Bradley, that for me, from a rival, isn't good enough. You would have thought Liverpool would have had somebody lined up to replace Trent if Trent goes for free. And I think that's the problem at Liverpool at the moment. There's a lot of talk about Salah, there's a lot of talk about Van Dijk, and there's a lot of talk about Trent. And there was a banner at Anfield today. And if that was me, if I was a Liverpool fan, which I'm not, I am friends with Liverpool fans and I've got a lot of time and a lot of respect for them. They all know who they are. Massive shout to all three of them. I respect you. I love you guys. But I think the momentum at the moment is towards keeping those three players there. And you could see by Liverpool's fans today and their supporters, that banner said a lot about how they feel about the way FSG are running Liverpool Football Club. They want Liverpool to pay up for Trent, they want Liverpool to pay up for Salah, and they want them to pay up for Van Dijk. I think the response from the Liverpool board and FSG, they have to give them what they want. They have to keep those three players. From a rival fan, you always want to see the best players leave your rivals because it makes your rivals worse. But from friends who support Liverpool, you want to keep your best players. Liverpool's board and owners need to respond to that and see, if we let these three go, we are going to get a load of shit. We're going to get a lot of crap, and what we're going to go for is going to be horrific. If you let those three go for free and you don't sell them for money, that is going to look amateurish. That's going to look childish. And the momentum and what Arne Slot's trying to build at Liverpool, of what Klopp left him to build on, you would have thought that would have been enough for Liverpool to decide what they're going to do with all three. Liverpool need to keep those players. Liverpool need to keep hold of those three. If Liverpool let them all go for free, there's going to be a lot of trouble at Liverpool. And obviously, Mo Salah always has an impact. Van Dijk is their best centre-back by a bloody mile. Trent has been their right-back for years. All three of them always offer Liverpool 110% performances. But today you saw the cracks. Today you saw the weaknesses and the vulnerability. And Liverpool fans have got the right to voice their view and opinion. If that was me, I would want me to keep my best players. I would want to keep them. I would want to keep Van Dijk if it was me. I would want to keep Salah if it was me. I would want to keep Trent if it was me. If Liverpool don't keep them, there's going to be a lot of trouble. And you could see by the fans and that banner that a lot of the talk is still about those three. And if they let them go for free, this might be the end of Liverpool's dominance, because without those three, who do you call upon? Who do you call upon? Because Chiesa doesn't get any game time at Liverpool. I'm surprised he doesn't, in my view, because I know Diaz, Gakpo and Salah are Liverpool's best attacking front three. I'm not surprised by that, by the way. For me, they're my three favourite rival players at Liverpool. Rival. I rate Gakpo. I love Diaz, and I've always loved what Salah's done for Liverpool. But I'm surprised Chiesa. What was the point of Liverpool signing him when he's hardly been used? I think he's only played. Has he played 1 or 2 matches for Liverpool since he arrived from Juve? 1 or 2 games, and he's not anywhere near the first team. He's always being benched. That could be a solution. I'm not saying they should replace Salah with Chiesa. That is desperate. Trent, you're going to replace him with Conor Bradley. Is that really the answer for Liverpool? And then if you lose Van Dijk, who are you going to call upon then? Konza? Is that really who your answer is to Van Dijk's successor? Liverpool didn't defend the way they defended today, and they certainly didn't have the midfield to be able to create a lot. And I think the front three, even though for me that's Liverpool's best front three, they only realistically off their bench, they only have Jota. They only have Diogo Jota. That for me is it. Liverpool don't have a lot more than that. And you can't really rely on Darwin Núñez, because he's not a goal scorer. He's not consistent. He's in the same bracket as ZIRKZEE and HOJLUND, because he's not really delivering goals for Liverpool in an attacking sense anymore. So you're basically stuck with Jota. And if you lose Salah, then you've only got Jota, Darwin Núñez, Diaz and Gakpo. You're going to need somebody else, because if Chiesa goes, you're stuck with those 4. Liverpool's midfield isn't strong enough. Nowhere near it. I don't rate Liverpool's midfield. I rate a few of their players, but all of them, they've realistically got Gravenberch, Szoboszlai and McAllister. Endo doesn't get a look in because he isn't good enough. Curtis Jones, that's a little bit, just saying, from a Liverpool view, I think Arne Slot's going to be disappointed by the way they conceded both goals. The goalkeeper, their defensive work, I think their attacking rate wasn't there today. That wasn't normal Liverpool. That was Liverpool not going full guns blazing on Manchester United. They let Manchester United off the hook today. I think if Man United would have been playing Arsenal or any of the other clubs at the moment, they would have gone for us and won the game. Liverpool didn't look like the Liverpool I've seen this season. Liverpool have missed a trick here. They've gifted United a point down to poor defending and poor goalkeeping. And that is on Arne Slot to turn that around for Liverpool. But I'm glad we've got a point. I would have taken a point. If someone said to me, would you take a point at Anfield today? I would take it. You've got to take a point. You would be stupid not to. Because the way our last few games have been, you want how Man United are going to turn this shit around. And I think today might be the turning point. This might derail Liverpool. You never know. I don't want them catching us. But as a fan of Man United, I want United to be better than Liverpool. But we deserve a point. Ahmad has rescued us. And I think today, I want to give another standout performance. I want to give UGARTE player of the match. I mean, what he's done since he's been joined from PSG. A lot of people jumped on the UGARTE bandwagon. He isn't good enough. He doesn't even get in our team. We've got better. What UGARTE does, he brings the ball out from the back to the midfield. He gets the ball from the midfield to the attack so swiftly. He pins passes to the right players at the right time. He doesn't go for speculative passes. He doesn't go and overdo it. He doesn't get on the hype train. He does his midfield job so comfortably, so calmly. He does his midfield job to absolute perfection. He doesn't misplace a pass. He doesn't hardly lose the ball. He keeps a lot of the possession at his feet, and he always keeps the ball on both his feet as well. You never see UGARTE make mistakes. You never see UGARTE make any type of midfield mistake. And I think today was a massive, massive standout performance for him to make that midfield look a lot better than what it was on Monday. The midfield today from Monday was a breath of fresh air. Look how better we are without Eriksen. Look how better we're without Casemiro. We're without Mount. We're a lot better without those three. Everyone has to agree with that, surely. Surely our midfield has to be built around MAINOO, Fernandes, and UGARTE. That has to be the midfield now. You can't keep misshaping the midfield. The midfield three has to be those three. Because that, for me, looked like a proper midfield today. There was a lot of battle. There was a lot of grit today. There was a lot of midfielders doing their job. And UGARTE, for me, was the standout. And do you know what? I'm giving him player of the match. Was I think in both halves of the game, where would Man United be without him? The control, the stability, and the performances are always there in UGARTE. So for me, he gets player of the match today by an absolute mile. So, and it's finished. Liverpool 2, Manchester United 2 at Anfield. This has been your full-time reaction. Man United have got a point, which I didn't think was going to happen at the start of today. I even thought the game was going to get called off because of the snow. But snow didn't stop Man United. Man United built on that snow, and that snow got Man United a point. So I hope you enjoyed this full-time reaction. Please hit the like button, share button. Please keep subscribing to the channel. United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Share that video. Hit the tweet button. Hit the retweet button. And to always remember that notification bell on. Put that bell on all times to receive dedicated upcoming brand new content, brand new videos, brand new shorts, and brand new live streams that we've got planned for all of you amazing people in this brand new year in 2025. And then our next look ahead, please join me for this. We'll be doing the look ahead for the Emirates FA Cup third round. We're away to Arsenal. Arsenal have won the most FA Cups ever in history. Man United won the FA Cup last season. We've only got 2 more realistic chances of being in Europe next season, the FA Cup and the Europa League. Can we go to the Emirates next Sunday afternoon and beat Arsenal and Arteta and send them lot and Arsenal Fan TV out of the FA Cup? Hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. Be nice. Be kind to each other. You're all legend, all legendary. That look ahead. Look out for that on Wednesday evening. Arsenal versus Manchester United for the Emirates FA Cup third round at the Emirates on Sunday afternoon. You're all legends. And I'll see you guys all on the next one.